Hi, this is Andrea again, and recently another viewer wrote to me and asked if I would create a video explaining how I was introduced to the law of attraction. And I think it was a rather serendipitous story, an interesting story, so I figured it'd make a good topic for a video to share with you. All right, so before teaching people about the law of attraction, I was a high school psychology teacher for a number of years. And I liked teaching a lot. I really liked teaching psychology and I liked working with kids. But there were certain things about my job that were stressful for me. I felt very boxed in. I felt like I wasn't able to do my job the way that I wanted to. I felt that I was very limited as a high school teacher. That was just the way that I perceived it. So there were things that I liked about my job, but I felt like there was something bigger that I wanted to be doing, but I didn't know what that thing was. And as you may or may not be aware of, especially if you live here in the United States, if you teach high school or really any kind of public school in the United States, we have breaks. All right, so there's summer breaks and winter breaks. And that's one of the perks of being a teacher. So coming up to one of our winter breaks, I just got this idea that I'm going to use winter break as my time to figure out what I should really be doing with my life in terms of career. Like for whatever reason, in that moment, I decided that I have this time and I can figure out, I don't know why I thought that I'd be able to figure this out, but I can figure out what I should be doing with my life in terms of my career. So we went ahead and went on winter break, and over winter break, you celebrate Christmas. So we were wrapping presents, making cookies, having family over, and I did absolutely nothing to figure out what my dream career was. But towards the end of the winter break, I reminded myself that that was my goal, was I'm supposed to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing with my career. And I sat down at my kitchen table for about 5 minutes and tried to brainstorm, and nothing came to me. And I decided instead that I was gonna go watch Netflix. So I sat down on my couch, opened up Netflix. I really like watching documentaries, so I went to the documentary section. And one of the first ones that popped up was a documentary that I'd never heard of before called The Secret. And The Secret is an introduction to the law of attraction. It's something that a lot of people are first introduced with the law of attraction. But it just seemed like the right thing for me to be watching, considering I was looking for my dream career and supposedly this documentary had the answers. So I watched The Secret and it was like a light bulb went off and all of a sudden my entire life made sense. And I don't have any other way of explaining it other than my life suddenly made sense and I understood why I was experiencing all the positive things in my life and, more importantly, why I was experiencing all the negative things in my life. And after watching that movie, that documentary, I forgot all about trying to get my dream career. That didn't even make a dent in my perception of what I had just learned. All of a sudden it made sense to me that, oh, my health could be better, my relationships could be better, my wealth could be better, and there was all these things that suddenly had my attention. And I totally got distracted from the idea of a dream career and just went about the business of learning about the law of attraction. So I started learning about Abraham Hicks, if you've heard of them. I started learning about Bashar, if you've heard of him. I started learning about quantum physics. I started reading from spiritual teachers like Eckhart Tolle and Deepak Chopra, and the list goes on. And really just dove in deep with starting to understand the law of attraction and the way that the universe works. And 2 years passed, and suddenly, in the middle of teaching my high school psychology class, I got a sudden download or a sudden knowing that I'd been teaching high school and I like teaching, but I would really like teaching the law of attraction. And that was the trajectory that got me started with what I'm doing today. So that's the funny thing about that story, is that what introduced me to the law of attraction was my desire to understand what my dream career would be. So that got me in front of the law of attraction, and I didn't realize at the time that that was what my dream career was to be. So anyway, that's my story of how I was introduced to the law of attraction. If you'd like to share yours, feel free to drop it below in the comments.